Hey, we're live. Little couple minutes early. Well, maybe a minute early. Usually, I wanted to get this done earlier, but time has been tough today. I don't like conflicting, to be honest, with Doug McCain's show on Dodgers Nation. So please make sure you watch that after you watch this. This will be 10 minutes or so, but make sure you go over and watch Doug. I'm going to try not to conflict with him, but sometimes it happens. This isn't a regretfully not my full time job, so I have to make time when I can, and had to run some errands today after a long day. So Doug, definitely not trying to compete with you, and to be honest, I ain't compete. Doug, there's just no competition. Doug is the best at what he does, and so yeah. On that note, let's get started. So big one for the Dodgers. Obviously, we had Miguel Vargas continuing to walk. I know Trayce Thompson is not a prospect anymore, but we must talk about that briefly. I mean, so I was about to say, Altman sits and Thompson hits. It's always a bummer when Altman's not playing, or any of the rookies. I don't like the platoon stuff, but let's be honest, that worked. Trayce Thompson had a great game, and who knows the way the thing's going with Zach Davies tomorrow. He probably sits the way the Dodgers usually don't do that hot hand, cold hand stuff. But the guy deserves to start tomorrow, maybe in left, or maybe he gets right field. Who knows? Maybe Mookie takes a day. But yeah, Zach Davies tomorrow. Noah Syndergaard, or some of us like to just call him Syndergaard, Thor for the Dodgers. Michael Grove on Monday. That'll be interesting because I'll be doing some traveling that day and be on vacation, but I will still try and get something up. If I don't, I apologize in advance, but my priority, of course, is my vacation with my wife. But she's cool, and we'll see. And then, okay, so Vargas, let's see, how many times did he walk this time? 2 more walks, so I think that's a million or something like that. Just looking at the box score on my phone, Trayce Thompson, AB's 4, runs 3, hits 3, RBI 8. What a day! What a day! Andre Jackson, hey, I love that. I love the way they used him like that for the 3-inning. Did he get a save? He should have gotten a 3-inning save, I thought. You'd get that. Maybe not. That would have been cool. I think Eric Steven over there from True Blue LA would love that. Yeah, maybe he didn't. I thought you got 3. If you got 3 innings and close it, you got one. Whatever. Old brain doesn't remember all that stuff. But just looking at that, and I'm checking the chat, see if there's anything out there. Nope, not yet. Oh, there we go. Tamale, of course. Yep. Tamale's. This is so true. I'll admit it. I was more than ready to cut Thompson following camp. Glad he showed he still has value. You're not the only one. I mean, Doug McCain, a few other, I think even more, Clint over there, FRG, same way. And to be honest, just kind of worried about him. He did look good for his at-bats in the WBC, but he had a tough spring. He ended bad last year. His September wasn't good. He didn't show up in the playoffs, but good for him. As someone who wants, is rooting for the prospects, it's still good that there's more good players. It's going to challenge these guys. It's going to make the Dodgers better. At the end of the day, if the Dodgers win the World Series, great. And especially if it's a combination of, prospect, people that the Dodgers have brought up, and the other talent that, sometimes they use the prospects to make trades. I know Casey and I spoke about that, and I think that shows up tomorrow on the Internet Machine. Credit to Clint Pasillas for the Internet Machine. And then, okay, so that's enough of the big league team, enough about talking about non-prospects. But yeah, Andre Jackson, 3 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, no walks, always important, and 1 K. But Oral Hershiser had some great things to say about him on the broadcast. I was driving and listening as it was going, so I didn't get to watch as much as I wanted. But very cool. And then again, Vargas just walking. He's taking great at bats. He had a single also, I believe. Let me see, Vargas. Yeah. So the guy's doing his job. It's so cool to have these prospects that are contributing right away. That is the mix. The young guys coming up strong, building the future, keep building that future, supplementing with veterans. Guys like, even Jason Hayward made a nice catch tonight. Trace Thompson, David Peralta, of course, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, just in a Miggy Vargas, or Miggy Rojas. What a shortstop. So that's that. And then we have over here, you can see OKC walked one off. And I forgot, but Jahmai Jones is still considered a prospect. He's still someone to watch. He was really a top prospect with the Angels. And so now that, he's come over to the Dodgers at AAA, we'll see. He's seems to be mostly a second baseman, but good for him. Man, this is a great question. Why do you think that Trace hit righties better last year? Does he hit better extending? That could be, That was so weird last year because he had, been known as a lefty crusher, and that's why the Dodgers got him last year. Where they needed that bat to come in and hit the ball, off lefties, and he didn't, but he hit him off righties. That could be, That's a really good question. But tonight he hit everybody, so that was cool. And of course, and I knew it. I wrote it down a couple places. Bumgarner getting lit. I knew it. Dodgers own that guy now. He's just walking around all pissy on the mound, complaining about the umpires. Like, no, look in the mirror. Your stuff isn't there anymore, my man. His mechanics, I don't think were meant to have him be a long-term great pitcher. But all credit to that guy for what he did in the earlier part of last decade. Let's see. Yeah. Vargas, what he's doing, yeah. Goodness gracious, he looks so good. He's playing a good second base so far. I haven't really seen anything bad. And I've seen, he's rolled some double plays and stuff, and he's still learning. He's got Miggy Rojas with him. And, he's got Rojas on one side and Freddie Freeman on the other. He's in good shape defensively for being able to learn and to not have to do too much. So, yeah, Miggy. So, but Jahmai Jones looking good. Shoot, I don't have the box score up for OKC. I'm going to pull it up. And sorry about that. It was, again, very hectic. I was trying to get this thing going earlier. Yeah. Thanks for the ads. Appreciate that. Okay, here we go. So they had, the rookies really didn't do that much. We had, Bush got an RBI and Avens got a couple RBIs. So that's good. And then Jahmai Jones was batting down there. So that was his first appearance of the year. But a lot of these guys, Devin Manhoefer, Ryan O'Rourke, but so many, Luke Williams and Duggar are both, major league guys. Bradley Zimmer also, he had 2 hits, but, he's not a rookie. Zeka did well. Again, not a rookie. And Fiducia did get in at the end. But, so look at pitching-wise, David Robertson, Nick Robertson, 2 innings, 4 Ks. We gave up a home run. That happens. And then the Suero guy, he looked good in the spring, but he's not a rookie, so we're not too much about that. Let's see. Yeah, I still kind of tense up when something is hit at Muncy. Yeah, so I remember seeing interviews. Muncy actually really likes to play second base. And so that was one of the things about this. But I guess they don't feel comfortable, right, in a way, with Miggy at third. So if we can have a guy at second base that can field it average and maybe even to above average. Remember, Miggy's a darn good athlete. He's a better athlete. He's grown to be a better athlete than he was as a kid. He's just growing in a good way, or at least that they thought as a kid. They didn't think he was going to be a good athlete. But he's a good athlete. He's one of the fastest guys on the team, and he's playing well at second. I think he doesn't have to deal with that shot over there. Muncie does have a pretty good arm. It's just everything Muncie does out on the field never looks good, even though he kept improving at second base, even becoming more than competent, maybe even good, decently good, and he was a good first baseman. But he he just, no matter what he does, he doesn't look that good doing it, even though he's what they said he would probably be the best football player on that team. I heard that from, I can't remember who I saw it from, but that's one of the trainers, I think, actually. He's a very strong man. Transactions, so more yuckiness. Franklin Feliz, I don't remember seeing him. He was with the Quakes for a little bit. He got released, so all the best to him. And there's a couple other things to hear. Robinson Ortiz assigned to Oklahoma City Dodgers. Now he's injured. I actually texted him, via Instagram, and I asked him, "Hey, when did you have surgery?" And he said he had two of them. So he had one in 2021 and one in 22, and one of them was Tommy John, I believe. So I then asked him when he thinks he's going to be back, and he thinks September. Or September, as he replied to me. And then Duran, he's going to miss all year. He had surgery in November. These are just roster things, so they'll be on the injured list for both of those teams. So those are the transactions, even though they were on, kind of happened, it seemed like today. Nothing's really been shown up in April yet. Let's see. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, I didn't see that, Tamale, about him liking third base. That's good. I mean, if he can just stay there, I think he would like that. Just in one spot, maybe that's part of it. Kirsch looked good, and then Andre Jack. I think Andre, and again, Casey and I have talked a lot about this. He really came on strong at the end of last year. Oh shoot, I didn't see this. I'll get back into it in a minute. Dang. Where Jackson just he really turned it on at the end of the year. He looked really good, and for him to continue it, Oral Hershiser thought he was ready to go. By the beginning of spring, had locked up a spot. I didn't see this. Martin Santana got cut. Dang, it's been a bloodbath. It's rough, man. All these people. It's a bummer. Oh, the Hamlet Marte thing was answered. He's on the development list, so he is not retired. Development list. He's still going to get paid. He's going to be doing. He was in the bullpen doing bullpens at Dodger Stadium as a bullpen catcher. We'll see what evolves with that. Maybe he takes the job that Marco Hernandez was gonna have. Be a good spot for him. It's a job. I think Marco told me that it was going to be like in Dominican Republic, and it just didn't work out. Marco's a good dude though. And then let's see. Yeah, they do look like the Dodgers we know and love. And some people go, well, there's not a lot of stars on this team. We got in the starting lineup. There's two for sure with Freddie and Mookie, but Will's a star. JD Martinez has been good, and he had a bomb tonight. But if you even go back to the to the 2017 team, which was a great team, and they did get robbed. That was a great team. They go up and down the lineup. There wasn't a ton of stars there. Seager, Bellinger had come up as a rookie. I'm just kind of going around the lineup there. Puig. But, in 2017, he was fine. But he wasn't, a star anymore, other than everyone knew who he was. And Taylor had just blossomed. We had Utley and Forsythe with Grandal at catcher, solid. Corey, and then Justin. So it wasn't another team filled with stars. You don't have to have a team filled with stars. I know people really like that. But it's a mixture that happens. that you have to have. Andrew. Which one? Wait, am I lost? I'm getting confused. Andrew. I think I'm messed up. Sal, you sure about Andrew in the game? I'm not sure who that was. Kershaw, Jackson. Hey, because I have a son named Andrew, so yeah, text me back on that one. Oh, Andre Jackson. Yeah, it was great. I was hoping that would be the case, but it's always a surprise because I know they want to get other guys work, but now they have a fresh bullpen going in tomorrow. They don't have a day off on Monday, so they need to. I think Jackson burning those three was wonderful. And I think that is a great role for him. Come in a game, go and finish that game. That was great. And so tomorrow's, I want to look at real quick tomorrow's starting pitcher for OKC. Go back to it here. Last I looked, it was TBD. So tomorrow, I don't see anything yet on it. Let me check this the app. Maybe it's a little better. You'd think these things would have better things, but it's still TBD for OKC. So they're a little light right now. But yeah. Let's see. Anything else that I wanted to talk about? I think, let me just check my notes. I do have a little note. Here we go. So tomorrow is day game for the Dodgers and also Sunday. So OKC, so 12:05 Pacific time, 2:05 Central is the OKC game, and then things are going to really start happening starting next weekend with the minors, and I'm excited about it. Media day for the Quakes is on Tuesday. I will not be there, but we should have some people there. Steve Douglas, Baseball Gale, and probably I think Ryan Fallow hopefully will be there, and hopefully the other guys too. We'll see. We'll be covering the Quakes quite strongly this year, and also and I get if more eyes on the game. There's, of course, Casey Porter watching a lot of the OKC. Hopefully he's okay. He was battling wildfires yesterday. It's like, oh, gosh. I know we had the one earthquake yesterday, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool, kind of interesting. And then he was like our recording yesterday just didn't go as smooth because we kept losing the internet with him. It's just the way it is. And hopefully everything's okay with him. And so look for the Dodgers Prospect podcast. We're actually taking the podcast out of us. It's still the DPP. That'll be out tomorrow, and then hopefully I'll be in tomorrow. Not tomorrow, just FYI, 29-year anniversary. So if I don't get to this, you know why. Celebrate that. And my wife's golden. She's letting me do all this stuff. So thank you to her. Let's see. So let's see. Glad they left. Yeah, exactly. Tim Watley. They need him to do this. And he hopefully he turns into the Ross Stripling type guy that can start, relieve, do whatever, and just be versatile and just stay healthy. How do the Quakes look like this year? That's a great question because we still don't have that roster. So when that roster comes out, I cannot wait to go through it. I'm anticipating guys like Rain Donkon or Donkey. I'm hoping Wilman Diaz. Catching wise, I'm expecting to see Nelson Juarez again, and then they're on Lorenzo. I hope so. He's a beast. We're not going to get Josue DePaula yet. We'll get him later in the year. Maybe Sean McLean, maybe Alex Freeland again, just to get started. They're really packed up. They got Nico Perez, Jose Izara. Pitching wise, I'm not sure if Maddox comes back, if he goes to the next one. I think so. Peter Hubeck, probably he might come back again, but I think they'll start extending him more. He might. A lot of these pitchers that are younger, they're going to start him down. It might even keep him at the Arizona complex for a bit. But I can't wait. Cannot wait to see that roster come out. And of course, we'll definitely talk about it. Okay. Again, I really appreciate y'all. Pass out the word, especially, and again, feel free to, DM me or something like that if you have comments. I appreciate it. I want to provide a service, and something y'all enjoy and you feel comfortable spreading the word about. All right. So, no April Fool's jokes from me. I did get a good one today when I listened to this First Wave station on Sirius. It's about, new wave music in the early 80s, late 70s. And the guy started talking about Taylor Swift, and I had forgotten about the day. And I was inspired to, start turning the channel, and pulled out the April 1st. So, Richard Blade, you're still the GOAT. All right, guys and girls, hopefully some girls, get some women out there, get some everybody's out here. Thank you again, and keep your eye out for our Dodgers Prospects podcast. Please always, and I'm sure you all do already watch Dodgers Daily. Doug McCain on and Clint and whoever's at Dodgers Nation. They do host my website, which is broken right now, and they're working on it. But they're still, even though I don't work for them anymore, I'm still really close and really good friends with them. So, and there's so many other good, I'm really good. I like all those, everyone who follows prospects is a friend. So we kind of all hang out in a way. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And talk to you later. Happy April 1st. Go Dodgers.